Alright, everybody, let's go. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. I get to be a Jedi now. It's gonna be great. Okay. Last time we came here, we found out that Betty's got some Force powers, and we're gonna learn how to use the Force. I talked to this guy hoping he could teach me about the Jedi Code, and he just told me like a very lengthy story about Revan and Malik. So let's see what the other two have to say.
Good evening, apprentice. I trust your training goes well.
My training, I seek knowledge of the Jedi Code.
All Jedi must know the Code. Its tenets are the fundamental teachings of our order. Think and meditate on these truths, apprentice.
All right,
there is no emotion. There is peace.
Got it.
There is no ignorance. There is knowledge. There is no passion. There is serenity. There is no chaos. There is harmony. There is no death. There is the Force. I have faith that you will achieve the rank of Padawan soon. Master Jar is most impressed with your progress. May the Force be with you, apprentice.
Alright, let's see how good my memory is.
Good evening, apprentice.
Do you have anything else to teach me?
I have faith that you will achieve the rank. Good
Anything
evening,
else?
A Jedi must ever be seeking knowledge.
Oh, can you tell me about Bastila?
Bastila will be a great Jedi someday. Even among the Masters and the Council, it is rare to find one so skilled in the art of battle meditation. Bastila was there when Revan was slain. Did you know that?
Karth mentioned something about it. Yeah, I feel like I would be a great Jedi. If I had my choice and I was in this universe, I probably would end up being a great Jedi.
Bastila herself does not like to talk about it. She was accompanying the strike team that confronted Revan when the Dark Lord was destroyed. Her role in the death of such a promising young Jedi as Revan upset her greatly. But Bastila knew she had to set her personal feelings aside for the sake of the galaxy and the Republic. The Force is strong with her now, and without her skill in battle meditation, we would have lost this war long ago. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you. Is there anything else?
Is there anything you can tell me about Revan and Malik? We already know, like, everything.
I knew Revan as a promising young pupil. Revan was strong in the Force, but also headstrong and proud. Such traits are not unusual in a Padawan. Perhaps that was why I did not see the true extent of the danger. Many of the young Jedi admired Revan, including Malik. When Revan set off to challenge the Mandalorians, Malik was the first to join the cause. And when Revan fell to the dark side, it was inevitable Malik would fall as well.
So Revan was stronger than
Revan
Malik.
was always the leader, the more powerful of the pair. When Revan fell, we had hoped the Sith threat was ended. But Malik quickly assumed Revan's role, and has embraced the dark side power as fully as his old master ever did. Now, Malik leads the Sith Armada against the Republic. Hate and vengeance for his master's death draw Malik ever further down the path of the dark side, fueling his powers until they surpass those of his old master. Only you and Bastila together can stop Malik now. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you. Is there anything else?
Some sources say they can't exist, some they can. I've heard rumors that Qui-Gon Jinn may have been a Grey Jedi, but I don't know how much stock is in that theory. Yeah, he does the, like, the... I don't know if you ever saw Ed, Edd n Eddy. He blinks like Ed.
Master Vrook may seem harsh and critical, but he understands the dangers that lie in your path. He wants you and Bastila to be fully prepared when you finally face Lord Malik. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. Is there any...
Okay.
Very well.
Let's talk to Master Vrook now.
I see you insist on wandering the halls of our Enclave when you should be busy studying your lessons.
I do really like Ed, Edd n Eddy. It was one of my favorite shows growing up. It was so much fun. I loved it. It was so funny. My favorite used to be Double D, but I feel like Ed has gotten to me. I think Ed's probably my favorite one now. Training
It
is going
appears
well.
that soon you will achieve the rank of Padawan. Master Jar is most impressed with your progress, but I cannot help but wonder if you move forward too quickly. I see you.
Alright, I got some questions
I
for you.
suppose such desires are inevitable, though I fear you may seek knowledge for which you are not prepared. Yet I will do my best to guide your quest.
Can you tell me about
Bastila, the young Jedi holds great promise and great danger. She can do
I mean-
much for both the Republic and the Council. Without her skill in battle meditation, the Sith Armada would have conquered the galaxy long ago.
Billy Mandy
But
was
despite
awesome.
her command of the Force, Bastila is still young. She is a Jedi, but she has not attained the rank of Master. The Council would do well to remember this before we lay the fate of the galaxy on her slender shoulders.
What?
You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a fate similar to that of Revan. I see.
Did you watch any of the E3 so far? Because Abby and I just finished watching the Xbox One. Okay, I got some more questions. What do you know about Revan and Malik?
Revan was once a promising Padawan, but ever eager to learn more about the Force. Revan sought knowledge of ancient Sith magics, foolishly ignoring the dangerous lure of the dark side. When the Mandalorian invasion came, Revan seized the opportunity it presented. Many Jedi flocked to the Outer Rim to follow the charismatic young knight, and many fell under the sway of the dark side. I do not believe Revan and Malik were corrupted on the Outer Rim. They had begun their journey down the dark path long before the Mandalorian threat appeared. Here on Dantooine, they discovered a sinister cave, a place where the strength of the dark side overwhelms the light. Perhaps this discovery was what first corrupted them. Or perhaps they sought the cave out because they were already corrupted. Whatever the explanation, the Order was unable to turn them back to the light. Had the Council taken more decisive action in this matter, perhaps Revan and Malik could have been stopped. But in this we failed. You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a fate similar to that of Revan.
How do I feel about it? I've never been a big one for like E3s and trailers in general. I usually just wait until things come out before I really start like investing in them at all. So I don't know. I watched it with Abby because she was really into it. There were a couple games on there that seemed pretty hype. Slime Rancher 2, Psychonauts 2, the Sea of Thieves expansion, even though I haven't played Sea of Thieves yet. And Back 4 Blood is like a Left 4 Dead 2, like a Left 4 Dead inspired descendant.
Made by the OG Left 4 Dead developer.
Yes, so that looks exciting. Alright, you often seem angry with me, Bastard Rook. Have I
If you
displeased
find me overly critical, perhaps it is because you do not fully understand what is at stake. For 15,000 years, the Republic has brought peace and stability to the galaxy. Now the Republic may be destroyed because we, the Jedi, have failed them. Revan and Malik were paragons of the ideals the Order seeks to uphold. Yet they succumbed to the temptations of the dark side. When Revan fell, Malik took up the mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith. Should Malik be stopped, what is to stop another Jedi from taking his place? This is the burden we Masters must carry. Only through strict training and relentless lessons can we prevent the Dark Master from being reborn. That is why the Order can brook no failure in our apprentices and pupils. That is why I can accept nothing but perfection from you. You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a fate similar to that of Revan.
See, it feels to me naive of Vrook, and I don't know if the other Jedi Masters feel the same way. It feels naive to me for them to think that they can prevent the next Dark Master from rising. They go on about the balance of the world and the Force and everything, and how important that is for the universe. But the part of that is balance. You can't have a light side without having a dark side. This guy seems like an idiot. He seems naive to think that he, through being an asshole, can stop the next Dark Master from showing up. Like, all you can do is just do your best to make the light side able to withstand the dark side. Can't wait for Psychonauts 2. I am also excited for Psychonauts 2. I played Psychonauts 1 maybe about a year ago.
Your progress has been most remarkable so far. Are you...
Alright, I'm ready to continue my training. Ready for the test.
Please test first. I will test. You must now... There is no emotion.
There is no emotion. There is only... It was either serenity or peace. I think it's serenity.
That is not correct.
I guess it's peace.
Greetings.
My memory has already gone away.
In the first, you must...
There's no emotion, there is peace.
There is no ignorance.
Only knowledge.
There is no passion.
Is this one the serenity one?
There is no...
There's no chaos. There is harmony.
There is no...
There is the Force.
You have learned your studies well.
There you go. Got it. Nailed it.
It will not be long before you are a full member of our order. But first, you must pass the second test and learn about the most prized possession of a Jedi. The very symbol of our order, the lightsaber. The lightsaber is the traditional weapon of our order.
I just want a lightsaber.
It is a symbol of a Jedi's skill, dedication, and authority. And each lightsaber is as individual as the Jedi who wields it. The blade is made of pure energy, focused by polished crystals in the hilt. As the second test, each Jedi must construct his lightsaber with his own hands. And now it is your time. Speak with Master Dorak, and he will guide you through the choosing of a crystal.
Alright, we gotta go find Master Dorak. I gotta get myself a lightsaber. This is gonna be great. Which one of you is Dorak? Is that the Yoda wannabe? Oh no, it's the talkative one.
Ah, you have come, young apprentice, at Master Zar's bidding. He sees great promise in you, as do I. The time has come for you to choose the color of your lightsaber. This color also reflects your demeanor and position within the Order.
Okay. Why do I get set with a single color? Okay, what colors are there?
Blue is the color of the Jedi Guardian. This Jedi battles against the forces of evil and the dark side. They focus more on combat training and use of the lightsaber. Yellow is the color of the Jedi Sentinel. This Jedi ferrets out deceit and injustice, bringing it to light. They focus less on combat and more on other skills and abilities. Green is the color of the Jedi Consular. This Jedi seeks to bring balance to the universe. They mediate between other groups, using their powers to end conflict and preserve peace.
I think I like the sound of the third one the best.
Indeed. We shall see. I will now ask you questions, and your responses will indicate which class you lean most towards. A woman and her small child are beset by a desperate-looking group of thugs. They're menacing her with weapons, and she screams to you for help. What do you do?
I see. So they wait so that they can put all the points towards the Jedi stuff? I suppose that would make sense, wouldn't it? Okay, a woman and her small child are beset by a desperate-looking group of thugs. They are menacing her with weapons, and she screams for you to help. Probably stop the thugs and find out why they are attacking her.
Indeed. Very well. On to the next question. You are in combat with a dark Jedi allied with the Sith. There is a pause in the combat. What do you do?
I don't really care why he turned to the dark side, if I'm going to be honest with you. I would try and find a weakness in his technique.
Yes, I suspected as much. Now for the next question. There is a locked door, and your goal lies on the other side. What do you do?
Unlock the door. Try to pick the lock.
I am beginning to see a pattern here, apprentice. I have a feeling about what you would be best at. But first, the final question. You are the head of an enclave on a contested world. The Dark Jedi have infiltrated and are causing unrest across the planet. What do you do?
Dark Jedi have infiltrated. They're causing unrest. I would probably lure them into a trap.
Yes, I thought. As I suspected, you would be most suitable as a Jedi Sentinel. Which color and path do you believe yourself?
But I don't want to focus on other abilities. I want to be focused in combat. Alright, fine. I'll go with Sentinel.
Here is a yellow crystal for your lightsaber. Go speak to Master.
Oh, did I level up? I have 2 points. Okay. Feats. Been granted the following feats for this level. Lightsaber proficiency, Jedi defense, force immunity, fear, Jedi sense, and force sensitive. Okay, so what's recommended? Two weapon fighting. Feat reduces the attack penalty of a character wielding a dual-bladed weapon or 2 weapons, 1 in each hand. Oh, so that's why I was doing so bad. It's because I didn't have the dual weapon feat. Okay. That would have been helpful to have earlier, don't you think? Find other colors. Okay, cool. I probably will want a different color because the yellow is honestly one of my least favorite colors. Using a force power requires force points. Your light dark side rating affects the force point cost of some powers. The further you stray to the dark side, the more expensive light side powers become, and the less expensive dark side powers become, and vice versa. Okay, so we got Cure, Stun, and Stasis. I don't know if I want Stun and Stasis. Alright, let's see what they are. Cure, Force Aura, which protects me. Burst of Speed. Force Valor increases the physical attributes and saving throws of the Jedi and all party members. Okay. Force Resistance from direct force power attacks of Jedi opponents. Okay. Energy Resistance. Affect Mind enables persuasive use of the Force. Once a Jedi has power, extra options will appear in conversations as appropriate. Interesting. Stun. Stun Droid. Wound. This is a dark side power. Spasms in the victim's lungs. Slow. Fear. Shock. Force Push. I mean, that's kind of a staple, isn't it? Drain Life, that's a dark side power. Force Suppression. Cancel the first and second tier force powers active on the target. Okay. Throw Lightsaber. This character to attack a target at range by throwing a lightsaber, guiding it with the force. The target must be at least 5 meters away. This attack always hits 1 to 6 for every 2 levels of the attacking character. I kind of want to throw lightsaber, and I kind of want, I mean, 9 seconds is a long time to stun something. I think I want that too. I guess I get stun and force lightsaber throw. Alright. I got some force powers now. I don't know how to use them, but I have them. Now I need my lightsaber.
Yeah?
Oh, these guys are ready to level up. I'm telling you, I want it so that everybody's light side except the droid. I want the droid in the dark side.
Ah, good. Now that you have selected your crystal,
Now let's make my lightsaber. I like how my teammates are so in my way. No instruction. It's just like an IKEA instruction booklet on how to put it together. Okay. I have no other power crystals, so all I have is a yellow crystal, and that's it. Okay. I have a lightsaber. I have a lightsaber. Okay, so my question is, can I can't have a blaster and a lightsaber. I can only have the... Okay, that's kind of sad. But now I have two weapon fighting, right? So... Where do I see my feats? My feats are right here. Where's my two weapon fighting feat? I just want to double check that I actually have it. Yeah, two weapon fighting. Okay. So now I've got a sword and a lightsaber. Here we go. I have the... Oh yeah, remember X. Wow. There you go. Can I get something that can please, like, not make my head look stupid, please? Okay. Deal damage when using a blaster. I'm not using a blaster, though. God, I hate the goggles. Alright, so now what?
you have done extremely well in constructing your lightsaber, apprentice. Your crystal seems to have been set perfectly. It is rare indeed for that to happen the first time one constructs their lightsaber.
My IKEA
These
instructions
crystals
were
are very rare,
perfect.
found only in certain caves strong in the Force. By adding crystals to your lightsaber, you can alter or enhance its properties. There have even been unconfirmed rumors of certain Force-sensitive caves here on Dantooine that may hold these crystals.
I can find
It is a
crystals on
rumor
Dantooine.
only. I do not know if there's any, but you must learn first to use your lightsaber and take care when drawing it. Your lightsaber identifies you as a member of the Jedi Order. With such recognition comes honor and respect, and the attentions of dangerous enemies. The Sith and Dark Jedi will seek to destroy you, apprentice. And you must prove yourself worthy in battle against a foe who also wields a lightsaber. Are you ready to face the final challenge,
Do I get to do battle with you? Alright.
For every Jedi, the threat of the dark side is always present. You must truly understand this before you are accepted into the Order. You must see the corruption of the dark side for yourself. Even here on Dantooine, there are places where the dark side holds sway, twisting and tainting nature itself. The ancient grove, once used for deep meditation by the Jedi, is now tainted. A wave of darkness perverts the region around it. The Kathhounds in the area have become savage and ruthless. They have become a threat to the settlers, a threat the Jedi have promised to stop.
I have to like contact IKEA support. Okay. What would you have me do?
The Kathhounds are but a symptom of the true problem. You must journey into the grove and confront the true source of the darkness. That is your task.
No other
I can
guidance.
say no more. Some things you must see for yourself. None of the other Jedi at the Academy are permitted to help you in this task.
So no
But
bastard.
remember this, my young apprentice. A Jedi acts with patience and care, and those on the dark path are not always lost forever. The dark side still taints the ancient grove. Your lessons cannot continue until the spreading corruption of the dark side has been stopped. This is your task, apprentice. May the Force be with you.
Alright, so now we have to go find the thingy. The cave, I guess it is? Or no, the grove. We're going to the grove. I don't know exactly where to go to leave, but we'll find it eventually, right? I'm guessing this way. Yeah. Alrighty then. Dude, do you like how she just started moonwalking? This is to the bedrooms. Okay, so I took every single path except for the correct one. Move! I'm a Jedi now. Look at my lightsaber. Boop, boop, boop. Oh my god, wait, did I just go... Oh my god. Boop, boop, boop. This reminds me of like Assassin's Creed, where I just sit there like spamming, like shooting out my hidden blades over and over again while I run. And then I accidentally do it too close to a civilian. To the mercantile. Oh, interesting. He must be the one I've been hearing about, the new recruit, as it were. Betty Black, I think they said. Another fresh-faced apprentice, ready to leap into Jedi training with both feet. Well, boast of luck to you is all I can say about that. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Kratos Yurkul, proprietor of the general store here on Dantooine. Not much to look at now, I'll admit, but I'm on the ground floor. I mean, look at this planet. Majestic fields, rolling plains, wide open terra firma, elbow room. That's what people want. And guess who will be waiting for them? Not that blasted Circa Corp, that's for sure. Not this time, no sir. This time it'll be Kratos Yurkul who makes the big bucks. But listen to me. You didn't come here to listen to my ramblings on the evils of the Circa Corp. I'll bet. What can I do for you? What do you have against the Circa Corp? They've got a monopoly on half the galaxy already, and they do everything they can to keep anyone else from getting a foothold in their territory. Extortion, bribing officials and government diplomats. Not to mention driving up prices on essentials like food and water on distant colonies. I've heard stories of them letting people starve to death because they couldn't afford their jacked up prices. And since they've thrown themselves in with the Sith, things have only gotten worse. Worse. How has it gotten worse? The Sith are tangled up in an expensive war with the Republic. They need supplies, equipment, resources. There's lots of opportunities for a company with no morals like Circa Corp to make some major profits. Malik has given them exclusive trading rights wherever the Sith have control. It's bad enough they're helping to finance the Sith war effort, but I've heard rumors of even worse stuff. Slaving, pillaging planets of their resources, genocide of indigenous species. The Sith and Circa Corp seem like a perfect match to me. Ah, listen to me going on. You didn't come here to listen to my ramblings of the evils of the Circa Corp, I'll bet. What can I do for you? Maybe we... Oh, no. Do you mean they're allied with the Sith? Okay, it's the exact same answer. Alright, what do you have for sale? Alright, med packs. I need med packs. I need all of the med packs. So give me all of the med packs. Thank you. Sanasiki's blade. Ion. This does damage to droids. An assault rifle. Also ion. Breath mask. Immunity to poison. Could be helpful. Infiltrator gloves increases computer use, security, and dexterity. How much are those? 7,000! I have nowhere near enough money for that. And then you become desynchronized and you need to run the same distance. I think I'm confused. Okay, all of this stuff is really expensive. Not the Pozak card, so that's how I have to make my money, is through Pozak. Buy one card. I greet you, apprentice Jedi. Master Zars informed me that your training is progressing most rapidly. I am honored to have such a promising pupil in my shop. How may I serve you? What do you have? Repair kits? I do like repair kits. So let's get some of those. Oh, these are upgrades for my droid. Isn't that right, droid? Beep boop. Oh, the Assassin's Creed. Yeah, when you accidentally... Yep, you're right. I do that all the time, though. I need to play another Assassin's Creed game. I haven't played one in a bit. I've played a lot of them, though. Although I haven't really played any of the new ones. Oh no, mission? What do you want?
Hey there. What can I do?
Alright, we're gonna talk about your brother now.
I'm sorry for the way I acted before. It's just that when it comes to Lena, I tend to get a little worked up.
What did she do to you?
My brother and me had a good thing going. Sure, Griff had his run-ins with the law on Terrace, but we got by okay, until Lena came and ruined everything. She was a dancer at the cantina where my brother used to go play Pazik. Griff could be a real smooth talker, and it wasn't long before the two of them were dating. But Lena was used to dating rich Teresian nobles, guys with mountains of credits. Griff could never give her the lifestyle she was used to, no matter how hard he worked.
You mean no matter how much she stole?
I'm not gonna pretend Griff wasn't a hustler and a con artist, but that doesn't mean you can just insult him. He did what he did to look out for me. I thought Lena would brush Griff off when she saw how poor he was, but for some reason, she stuck around. I guess she saw the potential for a big payday down the road.
Maybe she actually liked Griff.
I saw Lena for what she really was, a busty, credit-grubbing cantina rat. She used Griff and took away the only family I had. After they'd been together for a few months, Griff told me he was leaving Terrace. He and Lena were gonna try and make their fortune off-world. He promised as soon as he made enough credits he'd come back and get me, and we'd all live like royalty. That was 2 years ago. I haven't seen him since. I don't even know where he went.
Why didn't he just take you with him? Maybe something happened to him.
Oh, I know what happened. As soon as she got him off Taurus, Lena sunk her claws into Griff butt good. She twisted him around her little finger and made him forget all about me.
I kind of doubt this.
I know I'll probably never see Griff again. But part of the reason I came with you was the hope that I could find out what happened to my brother. Don't worry. I won't let the search for Griff get in the way of what we're doing. Let's just get back to the task at hand. Is there anything else I can help you with? Okay.
Okay, I don't know where to go to get out of here. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Oh, this is like my base now. Yeah, there's a workbench. I see. This place is a maze. Okay, this looks like sleeping quarters. Saw bar. Alright, well I wanna go do my I gotta go find the grove. And I have no idea where the exit is. Oh, right there. Convenient. Alright, who's going to the grove with me? We're gonna take Canderous. Two available slots. I see. We'll take Canderous and we'll take Solvar. Get my two heavy hitters to come with me. Talk to the people, they give me stuff. Alright, let me save real quick. Nope, save. Padawan power. Talk to the people, like you.
Dantooine has
You
a
don't have
splendid
anything,
environment. I would hate to see it damaged by...
Ikukuno no ba mulira. Chi gratulo da pograshi onion ka chiku.
Didn't I already talk to her?
Takum jus da. Takum.
Okay. I can't go out here. Oh, talk to the people in the ship? Alright, sure, why not? They give me things? My teammates are gonna give me things? Alright, Canderous, what's up?
Yeah, what do you want?
If you had any interesting stories.
You want to hear tales of my exploits? Of the wars I've seen and fought, the enemies I've seen die by my hand? Sure, I'll humor you. My name's Canderous, of the Mandalorian clan Ordo. I've been fighting across the galaxy for 40 of your years. For my people, it is the honor and glory of battle that rules us. It's through combat that we prove our worth, gain renown, and make our fortunes.
Is that why you work as a mercenary?
Times have changed now. The Mandalore clans have been scattered across the Outer Rim. The Republic is in decline, and the Sith Empire rises to take its place. The clans as they were aren't a threat, but the galaxy still fears us. People think we war out of spite or bloodlust. They don't understand.
So much exposition.
And fear that. We only wanted the challenge of the battle and glory from it, win or lose. And we lost. But now I have no real challenges. Crushing Davik's enemies and the pathetic gangs in the lower city of Taris could not be considered the most glorious of tasks. When I think of the battles I've fought, the thousands I've killed, the worlds I've burned, I weep for my past. We will never again speak of this. We've got work to do, so let's get to it.
Okay, but how about going and killing Darth Malik? How does that
what do you
sound to
want?
you? Can you give me some more stimulants?
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weak. Here's a stamina boost. There anything? Hey, don't worry. I think you've got enough there as a real warrior. There anything?
Okay, so these guys will give me extras. I see.
Your choice.
Okay, so he'll give me stimulants. Let's see what else there is. That's not a pathway. Whoop, who's over here? Nobody. How about over here? Supplies. I like supplies. Store of emergency food and supplies. Well, that's kind of useless, ain't it? Container is empty. Are all of these empty? These all look empty to me. Alrighty then. Alright, can you give me things, droid friend? Can you construct a programming spike for me? Apparently so. Okay, so I get computer spikes from him. Chime in if you ever have any advice. Alright, Zalbar. Make me a grenade. Help me with a problem. Okay. Anything more to say about yourself? No, we'll leave you be. Okay. That's all Zalbar has to say. He'll give me grenades. What else is there to find? Who's in here? Nobody. I think I'm still looking for Karth and mission. Galaxy map. When I'm ready to leave Dantooine, I can use it to travel other places. Dantooine. Well, how do I go to other places? This is the only place I have. Okay. Karth,
yes,
what's
what's
up?
on your...
I
thought I said I don't want to...
I really like just like forcing Karth to talk to me. I think you feel better if you
Not
discuss it.
particularly. I guess it wouldn't hurt exactly either, though I don't know why you're so interested. When I think of all the men who betrayed us, the one that stands out above all of them is the one that I respected the most, Saul.
That name sounds familiar.
With good reason. Admiral Saul Karath is the commander of the entire Sith fleet. He's half the reason Malak has done so well in the war. Saul was my commanding officer back when the Mandalorian Wars first began. He taught me everything about being a soldier, and I looked up to him. Saul approached me before he left. He talked to me about how the Republic was on the losing side and about how I should start thinking of my survival. I know now that he was trying to recruit me into the Sith, but I couldn't have conceived of it back then. I argued with him, and he got angry, and he left. I never saw him again.
Didn't think you would betray the
Saul
Republic?
was my mentor. He led us to so many victories against the Mandalorians. I mean, even when things looked to be at their worst, I couldn't conceive of it. He couldn't be serious. I was wrong, of course. He not only left us for the Sith, he gave them the codes to bypass our scanners. I remember waking up as the first of the Sith bombers snuck past our defenses and began destroying half of our docked ships. I knew right away what had happened. I mean, I could have stopped him. I could have stopped it all.
Do you really believe that?
I don't know, maybe. He might have killed me if I tried, or I might have killed him. I was stupid, however, and I let him go. I fought Saul for years now, and if I ever catch up to him, he will regret what he's done. He will regret it.
I do the same thing in your shoes.
Well, there's more to the story, I guess. But I don't want to talk about it right.
He just doesn't want to talk about anything. It's alright, we're pulling teeth. We're forcing him to eventually to spill all the deets. All of the tea. Gotta get his entire tragic backstory out in the open for us all to laugh at. Alright, where's Mission? There she is.
Hey there. What can I do for you?
I already talked to you about your brother. Oh, she'll play Podzak with me. Oh, make me a
No
security
problem.
spike.
Just so happens I've got one here. Anything else?
Alright.
Want to practice your skills, eh? Sure. I'll play a few hands.
Oh, just for practice? Well, that's lame. Only for practice? Why? Why only for practice? Well, do I have a -3? I do not have a -3, so I'll just let her have it. He'll spill the tea with time. Yeah, I figured. He keeps going on about how he doesn't want to talk about it, and then every time I get into his face about it, he's like, oh yeah, by the way. I'll stand. Wow. Little did I know that Mission was actually the god Podzak player. Alright, I'm gonna end my turn. Got 22. -4. And then I have to end my turn again. -6. I've been defeated. Little did we know that Mission was actually the best Podzak player on the entire ship. Alright. So I was taking... Where's my mouse? There it is. Canderous and Zalbar. Let's go. Still don't know where to go to get, Still don't know where to go to leave. That's still kind of unknown to me. I have to get to find the grove. I guess there's a couple doors back here. The entire system. Mission's the god Podzak player. Said no chance. Not this way. Or that way. Alright, I don't know where to go to get to the grove. Check the map. Oh, to the outer courtyard. Yeah, but that was locked. Guess I'll try it again. The silent pitter-patter. Not the silent, but just the pitter-patter of all the people running. Yeah, I tried going out here and this was locked.
The council has decreed
Okay, I had to talk to the droid first. Check my missions and see what I need to do. I mean, the Ebon Hawk. Canderous told me a little bit. He told of the Great Wars. Seemed to regret mentioning anything. I should speak to him. Yeah, talk to him, and then Karth, I'm working on extruding everything of his. I have to cleanse the meditation grove. I gotta talk to Bastila. So I gotta just talk to the three of them, and then clean this grove. Hey, look at the big flying thing. Is that Nemo? Found him.
It is good sometimes to stop and reflect on the beauty of nature and the Force. I am sorry. I tend to get carried away. I do not believe we have met, apprentice. My name is Nemo. Is there something I can help you with?
I've been given a task by the council. What do you know?
The council has told...
I know it's tainted by the dark side.
Do not be so quick to judge circumstances about which you are ignorant. Not everything may be as transparent as you would believe. The grove can be found to the south and east in the plains, but be wary of Cathhounds. They may be agitated by the power in the grove. Is there some... Very well. Ah,
Caves.
yes, those caves. Those caves are dangerous for the unwary. Kinreth spiders infest the places. They are attracted by the colors and heat given off by the crystals, I think. It is a pity. Those caves are strong with the Force. Is there something...
Gotta go kill the spiders now. Wanna know about you?
Me? I am truly flattered. What is it you wish to know?
Tell me everything. Who are you?
As I have said, I believe, my name is Nemo. Indeed, my young friend, that I am. I have served the council for many years, and have seen many apprentices pass through this enclave.
Are you a
I
member?
think perhaps you place an undue importance on rank and hierarchy. Understandable, but regrettable also.
He's upset that I asked.
We each serve in our place, high or low. Is there some... about...
What kind of a name is Nemo anyway?
The importance you put in a name is misleading, young one. You, of all people, should remember... Is there... I hope you...
I'm sorry, are you making fun of my name? Are you making fun of Betty Black here?
Greetings, friend. I think I can safely assume you are a member of the Jedi Order. Has the Council agreed?
Yes, they're waiting for you now. I am sorry, I do not know.
How may I be?
Who are you?
My name is Gar. Me and my fine wife, Rilke, here,
A pleasure.
live on one of the northern farms. But the Cathhounds and the Mandalorian problem has been getting really bad of late, and we're here to ask the Jedi Council to help. Recently, the Cathhounds have been acting much more aggressively. They've even attacked some of the settlers. Those Mandalorian raiders have been milking the outlying farms dry, too. I hear John got hit really bad. Too bad about it.
He should have been protecting her better if he wanted to keep her.
Mandalorian beast. Some of us don't like fighting and killing and butchering as much as you. I'm not sure exactly what the Council will do about it, but we need some help with this. Is there anything...
Okay.
Farewell.
Wonder how Candace is gonna feel about
Are you
killing.
a Jedi?
God, everybody's
How
just
long
waiting
can
in
you
line
people
to
continue
talk
to
to
sit
me.
by and claim you protectors? Ha! You sit in your enclave safe from the Mandalorians while we suffer.
We are Jedi. What we decide is always right.
Those Mandalorian brutes have killed my daughter.
You should have protected her better. And you call yourself her father.
And what am I supposed to do against a dozen Mandalorians and Duros? Nothing. There was nothing I could do. They came to our land demanding our livelihood. But Ilsa, my Ilsa, said no. There was nothing I could do. Too many of the Mandalorians and their Duros allies. I've come here to ask you, please, Master Jedi, stop these raiders and get revenge for my daughter.
Make it worth my while. I'll protect you and your fellow
I
settlers.
will give you all I have.
Did you hear about the young Jedi girl from a couple of days ago? I heard she hurt her master pretty bad.
Alright. Can I talk to you? Ah yes, you are a Jedi. I'm grateful that your people harbor me in my times of need. You might give something... Oh no. Victim or refugee? Yes, I flee. I fled from my world once the Sith fleet comes. They bomb my world and destroy it. Scour the continents, boil the oceans, Sith are bad. But I run here, find the Jedi, take me in. Public fights but does not win. Not you to blame, of course. Sith are strong and destroy them. Anything else? Nope. I'm not gonna have you give me stuff, you're a refugee. Alright, what's over here? What's up,
Did you hear
ladies?
about the young Jedi girl? Those damn Mandalorians have been raiding farms all over this continent. The Jedi won't...
Alright, time for us to go kill a bunch of spiders, hounds, and Mandalorians. It's gonna be fun. Save. Solving problems. Which is pretty much how every video game is, ain't it? What's up? Notice that you're not heavily armed. A doom, a simple merchant with a much noble purpose. The settlers and noble humans of Dantooine have been plagued by Cathhounds, raiders, and other fearsome troubles of late. It is much too sad to see these things happen to such people as this. Therefore, I have made this my mission to be. You're trying to sell me something, aren't you? To overcome their troubles, they must be able to defend themselves. Therefore, I shall offer the highest quality of weapons at the lowest of low prices. I am here offering you much in the way of weaponry at low prices. How can any sentient pass up such a bargain? They cannot. Weaponry it is, and weaponry I have. What would you like from me this fine day? Give me another lightsaber. Give me maps. I like a map of this area. 2 credits. Okay. Area of the south. 2 credits, I'll take it. Alright, see what you show me what you've got. Warsuit. That looks nice. It's also expensive. That's also super expensive. I can't afford most of this. Seems like I'm going to be getting a lot of money in the near future, because everything I'm seeing in these shops is a lot more than I can afford. But now I've got the full map of the area. Note to the path south, note path south, strange ruins.
Greetings, young Jedi. I wonder if you could assist me. I seem to have lost my companion, you see?
Why hesitate before the word companion?
We were working on my farm to the north of here. I was working in the garden outside, and he was working inside. I heard the door to the house open, but not close. I went to see and found it wide open. I searched everywhere and could not find him. I worry so much. I need him back so badly. I wonder if could he have been kidnapped?
Does anyone hold a grudge against him?
Not that I know of. None of my neighbors really know he's there. Maybe it was the Mandalorians. Or maybe cath hounds. But no, cath hounds are not intelligent enough to open doors. Though they have been more vicious lately. No, it must have been someone who could open the door by himself. Come to think of it, the door was locked.
Maybe he ran away. Could it have been open from the inside?
Well, yes, it could have, but he had no reason to run away. His programming...
So he's a droid.
Well, yes, he is a droid, but he is very valuable to me all the same. He's the last piece of my poor passed-away husband that I have left.
Hozak is the
very
way.
dear to me, my precious is. I don't know what I'd do without him. He's the only companionship I have on all of Dantooine.
What exactly did you use him for again?
He is a personal assistance droid. My husband was a genius at constructing droids. He made this one capable of taking care of me for the rest of my life. As the last legacy of my husband, for my own personal ease of mind, I need him back. His absence gnaws at me like a gaping wound. Please, I beg of you, return my droid to me.
I will help you find your sex droid.
Thank you. Thank you, Master Jedi. If you find him, please send him home to me. I need him.
Yep, okay. She's thirsty. She wants her droid. Understood. There's a cath hound. Let's see how tough these things are. Bork. Bork, bork. Alright, so I can stun or I can throw my lightsaber. We're gonna throw my lightsaber. Left click the mouse to activate and a hostile horsepower targeted. Selecting the second icon of the target menu. Some force powers affect only a single target, others affect enemies within a specified range. Can you start attacking, please? Thank you. Oh, weak. They are weak. Nice. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so that goes to the area to the south. Let's see what's over here. That looks like a big boy. Horn cath hound. Let's throw my lightsaber again. Hiya! That didn't do that much damage. Nice. I feel like I need to do something to increase my dexterity. Make it so that I don't get hit so easily. Oh, is there another horn one coming? Okay. Alright. They're all dead. We did it. Do I have cherry plums in the US? I don't know. I've never heard of them, but I'm not exactly a big cherry or plum guy. I want to try the stun out, but my force points are too low. Take him out. There we go. Nice. Oh, there's another one just hiding right around the rocks. What's up, my dude? Alright, cath hounds are dead. At least those ones are. Are there more? So those lead to the strange ruins. Alright, let's check out the area to the south before we go into the weird ruins. They taste neither like cherries nor plums. They're really sour when they aren't ripe. That's when you like them the most. I guess I'm not the biggest... I don't eat too much fruit. I should eat more fruit. But when I do, I'm usually going for like apples and pears. Try stunning him. He's stunned. Do it. Now I gotta go kill him. I've done my stunning strike. Okay. This area is pretty big. So let's just start kind of hugging along the left wall first. There we go. Is there something hidden over here? No, I don't think so. I've still been playing Rayman on the side. I've got the third mask now. Okay, that leads to the Grove. Okay, we found the Grove. Maybe I should just go to the Grove. Alright, righty then. This guy's already attacking us. It'd be cool if I stopped. There we go. Alright, we'll hug the wall along here. That didn't work. Nice. There's so many Kath hounds here. Candace, we're going on about how much he likes war and violence. He seems to be struggling a fair bit. How's Rayman? Rayman's going alright. I got frustrated because a section, one of the levels I was in, I couldn't find some lums that I was missing, and it's because the emulator I was using, the settings weren't good. And they were invisible, and I had to change the settings to make them visible. Who are you? That's a Jedi. Communication does not pose a problem, as both the suspects and I speak basic and Hati. Oh crap. Listen to the stories given by the two suspects. I have brought an information retrieval droid with access to the archives of both the Jedi Enclave and the Planetary Capital. I use my wisdom and experience to offer you some guidance, but I will not solve the case for you. There is little benefit if you do not solve this little problem yourself. Consider each man's account and check the facts with the information droid. Once you have gathered all the evidence you think you need, run through the possible scenarios. If you are unable to come to a satisfactory resolution, then I will take these men to the Enclave and deal with this myself. According to the accounts of the participants, these 3 men were out here in the field together earlier before the clouds broke. I find that very odd, for most people would seek shelter indoors when the sky is filled with dark storm clouds, as it was earlier today, but that is not the most puzzling aspect of the case. The dead man, Calder Netic, was shot in the back with a blast rifle. A rifle was found lying near his body with bloodstains on it. It's been sent back to the Enclave for analysis. 2 other men were found at the scene when I arrived. One was Handon Gweed. He was unarmed. The other was Rickard Lusoff, who was carrying a hunting laser. Both men say they did not do anything and that they came across the body, but both also accuse the other. Obviously, there's more to this than what we have been told. Anything else I should know? There's one last thing. When I arrived, Handon was holding his side and Rickard was favoring one of his legs. He would do well to remember that as we progress through the case. Okay, now I've just suddenly dropped into a mystery. But I'm like 3/4 of the way through the game now. Alright, so let's check the body. Body, he was apparently shot from behind with a blaster. Alright, let's talk to the droid first.
You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Rickard Lusoff, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information?
Okay, what'd you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information? My preliminary... Is there...
Okay, tell me about these planes.
These planes are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign.
Obviously.
The Iriars are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other... Very well.
Let's talk to the suspects. Alright, Rickard Lusoff.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here. Well, I was out hunting Irias when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes.
Okay,
so
well that's
I
a
shoot
lie.
It and it dropped. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Okay, well, you just told me that it was cloudy out, and he's like, oh, the sun's in my eyes, so he's lying. Okay, tell me what happened here. According to the accounts... Okay, what do you have to say?
Greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Ah, yes, of course, Mr. Gould.
Really? Well, then I assure you, on my reputation, I had nothing to do with the killing. I will help you with the case as best I can, though. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
Did they go on?
And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Okay, well... It was cloudy, and he said the sun was in his eyes, so Rickard's lying. That's... That's kinda it. That's all I'm getting from this, right?
Is there any other... These planes... There... Is there... Very well.
Okay. Want to discuss the murder. Handed said he was nearby and heard a shot and ran over, only to find Calder already dead. He said Rickard came out of the shadows of the rocks holding a blaster. Rickard said he was hunting Iriad, saw one through the glare of the sun, and shot at it. It is possible that Rickard may have shot Calder accidentally and Handed may have found the body, but that seems a very unlikely explanation. It's more likely that one of them is lying. Rickard is lying. It was cloudy, there was no sun glare. Seems I was correct in assuming you could help me with the case. Slide doesn't prove Rickard is guilty, but I think you have taken the first step in unraveling this mystery. We should proceed on to the next point. We need to find a motive for the killing. Maybe we should talk to the men about their relationship with the victim. If there's anything else you need, I'll remain here while you question the witnesses. Alright, what do you have to say?
What do you want?
Why would someone want to kill him? Okay. Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So.
Why were you out here?
I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Iriads. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those cat hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot and pow, it went down. But when I come over here, there's Handed standing over the body and the Iriaz was gone. Now I don't have nothing to do with it, so...
Why would someone want to kill him?
You Jedi are so predictable. Always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handed? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy. So...
You were limping. Are you hurt?
Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body. But it's nothing that serious.
Okay.
Right. So, what do you...
No, that's all for now.
Right. So,
God dang it.
Right.
Alright, there we go. Let's talk to you.
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. How can I be of further...
why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him.
See, kind of acting a little sus.
How can
so why were you out here running?
I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there.
Okay. Did you have a weapon on you? Because there's an order to carry weapons now.
How can I be...
You're holding your side. Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned. Of course.
But yeah, where's your weapon? If there's an order to have a weapon on the planes. What can you tell me about Calder and
The
Handed?
Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need?
Okay, so they rented a speeder together. Interesting.
According to the municipal authorities near the Garan spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusov was making accusations at a Mr. C. Netic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need?
I think they're both guilty.
My preliminary analysis. Is there any other... These plains are rife with wild animals. No, there have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by small farms and homes. Is there any... Very well.
So it's not an order, it's a general advisory. Still, the fact that he's out here running without a weapon is strange. Something I can help you with in the investigation. We know Rickard lied about the sun blinding him when he was shooting, but we need more to go on. Let's examine the relationship each man with the victim. Handon told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard and the victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they got along quite well. On the surface, neither man seems to have been murdered. Handon is lying. He had rented a speeder with Calder. Southwood Company's record did say that Calder and Handon had rented a land speeder together several times. This shows that he did, in fact, know the victim, but this hardly counts as a motive for murder. I'm afraid I can't accept your judgment. Let me try something else. Okay, Rickard is lying. They had a fight over business matters. He's getting on my nerves. Certainly a motive for murder. A case is taking shape, however, you mustn't jump to any quick conclusions. Perhaps we should not focus on the murder weapon itself. You might want to see what information the witnesses and the droid. Okay.
So, what do you want to know?
What about the weapon?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Ichanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though.
I like
Calder only had the one rifle, too. So he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. So...
you thought Calder was cheating?
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
Suddenly turned into a murder mystery.
So...
I think that's all.
Right.
How can I be of further assistance?
What do you know about the weapon?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cat hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
You knew him better than you admit. You rented the speeder with him.
I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Can you explain why?
My wife was cheating on me.
Yeah, that would be a motive right there.
I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Uh-huh. They're either both guilty or neither of them are guilty. The blaster is Handon's, but he reported it stolen. Why are you such a bitch? Oh, I gotta talk to the droid. I haven't talked to the droid yet.
Is there any other...
Is there a report of Handon's
I am
blasphemy?
sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould found. Is there any other...
Okay, so he's lying.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sound. Is there any...
Okay, so Gould is lying again. The blood sample on the weapon that had been sent back for analysis just before we arrived. Acquire the droid. Okay. Droid, what do you have to say?
Is there any other...
Tell me about the blood
I have
sample.
just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other...
Okay, so check their wounds. If he sprained his ankle, there won't be blood. If his side is bleeding, then it's Gould. It didn't belong to the victim. I'm guessing it's Handon's. He's clutching his side.
Hey, what are you doing?
There is blood. Handon appears to have suffered some sort of blaster wound to his side. Seems there is one likely scenario. Rickard killed Calder for cheating him in business. While shooting Calder, he must have also hit Handon by accident. I think they are both guilty. We know Calder was cheating Rickard in business, but what possible motive could Handon want for wanting Calder dead? Yeah, he was having an affair. Both men had a reason to want Calder dead. That's my theory of this morning's events. Both men knew Calder would be out here this morning and each plotted to kill him. Handon found him first and shot him because of the affair. Shortly after, Rickard arrived on the scene. From a distance, he saw Handon and thought it was Calder, so he shot him in retaliation for the credits. Handon would have dropped his blaster, the one we found at the scene covered in blood. He probably thought Rickard was going to kill him, so he called us, hoping he could convince us it was Rickard.
Damn both of you.
That is enough. The culpability of both of you in the murder and attempted murder of Calder Neddick is evident. Additionally, Rickard Lusov can be charged with aggravated assault and attempted murder of Handon Gould. Look at me go. I place you both under the arrest of the Jedi Order and will escort you to holding facilities in the Jedi Enclave. You've done well here. It is obvious you have been studying your lessons carefully. I will be sure to inform the Jedi Council of your performance in this little test. Good day, and may the Force be with you. I've solved the mystery. I've played enough murder mystery games. I sussed out that they both were sus. Alright, let's save real quick. Literally solving the problems. Okay, and then I have to go to the bathroom. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're back. Solving problems and murders all in an afternoon. Listen, if it's a murder that I didn't commit, it's like, it's a problem. Gotta get rid of it. Gotta. Matale grounds? I really stumbled over that. Listen, if I'm not the one who committed the murder, that's unacceptable. Only murders that are allowed are the ones that I commit. What's going on down here? Oh, it's Mandalorians. Fantastic. I need to buy more med packs.
Been holding out on this again. If you haven't given us enough money, I guess we're gonna have to take it out of you piece by piece.
No, please. Take my wife and children instead.
Wow, okay.
Wife and children. Sounds
Well, I think we just need to kill all of these people. What do you think? Stun him. There you go. Charge. Okay, you didn't stay stunned for very long. I think he's immune to getting stunned. Good. Charge it. Go. Yeah. This is a very large area, isn't it? Let's see. Blaster carbine. Grenade and credits. Equipment pack. Med packs, computer spikes, repair kits. Fantastic. Alright, we'll keep heading over here. Listen. We're not going to talk about my ability to commit murder. I have to come off as unassuming and innocent, right? What is this? This looks like an enclave, but it's not. Matale?
This is private property.
My weapons are my authority? Okay, so this is like a big estate. Interesting. Is there anything else to find here? Dantooine is a very large area, isn't it? Wow, nice match. There we go. I wasn't expecting this area to be so expansive. Go for the power attack. I missed. I think most of them are going to be large. Fantastic. That's just what I need. There's one planet that's only a shop. Interesting. Okay, so what's this way? Back to the Grove. And then that's back up to the north. Okay. Right, that's what's up here. North. Okay. Well, I've already been on the north end. Oh, my mouse was off the side of the screen. Come on, game. You can do it. The music's come back. How about the graphics? There we go. There's a cat hound coming right at me. Okay. So where am I? I'm in the Grove. I'm up here. There's the ancient grove. There's another Kath Hound right here. Alright. There's more over here. My god, they're everywhere. Hey, what's up, Slay Base? How you doing? This is my first time playing this game. I never had a chance to play without doing her. I think I watched my older brother play a couple parts near the beginning, but I never actually played it myself. The hounds are definitely a problem, aren't they? They're everywhere. Alright, what is going on over here? Mandalorian melee shield. That seems useful for me.
I will be your doom!
What the heck? Oh, it's a dark Jedi, I see. Is her name Jumanji? Stun her. That didn't work. I don't know if the shields will protect me from lightsabers at all, but we're gonna try anyway. Okay, stunning doesn't seem to be working very well. Hey, I appreciate the lurk, my dude.
You are strong.
I'm strong.
Me, even in my darkness.
Who are you?
I am Juhani, and this is my grove. This is the place of my dark power. This is the place you have invaded. When I embraced the dark side, this is where I sought my solace. It is mine.
You embrace the dark side. Why?
When I slew my master, Quatra, I knew I could never go back. And now I revel in my dark power. Power enough to crush the life from someone such as you.
Yeah, or so you thought.
I had thought.
You slew Quatra, your master?
Yes. I struck her down in the middle of training, consumed by my anger, embracing the power of hate. But it was not enough. What is it you want? Why do you bother me?
Why are you doing this?
I have fallen, and dark power courses through my veins. I can never go back to the council, so here I shall stay.
Just want to talk.
Talk? You who have beaten me so easily just want to talk? I do not believe it. Kill me now while you still have the power.
I have no desire to kill you, Juhani.
Lies. Leave me and come back when you...
Oh, well.
What?
Just want to talk. I have no desire to kill you. We're gonna try this until it works.
Talk. Lies. Talk. Lies.
Sigh. Talk.
Lies.
Lies. Sigh. Talk.
Lies.
Lies. Will I ever succeed? Usually I'm allowed. It'll eventually
Lies. Talk. Lies. Talk. Lies. Talk. Lies. What is it you... Talk. Lies.
Is my persuasion just not gonna be good high enough?
Lies. Talk. lies. Talk, lies. Talk, lies. Talk, lies.
Alright.
Talk.
I do not hold anger towards you, Juhani. I wish you peace.
Not anger, peace. Yet even with your naive attitude, you managed to beat me. I am pathetic. I sit here and think myself to be great by embracing the dark side, but I am nothing. There is no way I could be turned back. I always thought they held me back, or jealous of my power. This is only because I was not good enough to meet their standards. I never have been.
Why are you even thinking like that?
Why? Because I am right. That's why. I can see the truth in your eyes as well. Do not look at me.
Alright, let's not talk. I wish you peace.
Not anger. I am pathetic. I always...
Standards cannot apply to everyone.
What? Oh, what foolishness is this? And if I cannot measure up to them, leave me.
God, she's so angry.
Talk. Not I am, but I will.
You shouldn't have been a Jedi then.
They came to me. They come back when you have
Something more meaningful to say. Yeah, we'll just repeat the same conversation until I get the correct dialogue path here.
Not I am, but I will.
First step is knowing that you are
I seem
ignorant.
to still have much to learn, both about being a Jedi and about myself. But I wish the cost of my ignorance had not been so high. I wish that my master had not suffered because of me.
Even in death, the Force will allow her to live on.
If she were alive now, there would be so much I would say to her. So much I would apologize for. How can the Council ever take me back with what I have done? Striking my master down in anger is unforgivable.
Your master surely won't be forgiving you. And yet forgiveness must be asked.
And denied. No, leave me to my...
God,
I do
dang
not...
it. Even, oh, at least they gave me like a checkpoint, okay.
If she... How...
Show them that you have freed yourself of this base
If I
passion.
show them, I am free of passion. That I am serene. That I am willing to forsake the dark side. And maybe, just maybe, they would accept me back. Do you think they would? Could it be possible after what I've done?
Your inner peace and harmony will show them your sincerity.
I thank you, Master Jedi. I will return to the Council then. I shall submit myself to their judgment and hope they will forgive me. Again, I thank you. I am sure I will hear great things about you in the future.
I didn't get light side points for that. Should have just killed you. Would have been easy. How do I feel about starting Dragon Quest? I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to be such a long game. I may be playing another game alongside it and do 2 Dragon Quest streams a week and then one of a different game. Just so that I don't lose my mind with how long Dragon Quest is. I'll need to decide what my second game is going to be. Okay. So is over here the bridge? No. Just a bunch of Mandalorians, so... Go down. I was thinking that I was going to pick something. I think I was going to allow myself to pick something that I wanted to play alongside Dragon Quest, because Dragon Quest is a super long game. Okay, show me my new items. This Mandalorian data pad. Yarg went missing in Sector B, then Riza saw someone moving south of there. Take a couple of troops and find out who it is. If they look suspicious, terminate. Mandalorian datapad, a melee shield, a vibro double blade, a strength amplifier. Nice. I'll take those. What is this melee shield that I keep seeing? Improved power blast. Okay. Give that to you, why not?
Yes?
I'll have to think on it. At least I have through the duration of Star Wars to think on it before I decide on a game to play. This is where the murder was, right? Right here? Pretty sure. And then I went over here to the right. Is there one of my teammates right there? Whatever. To the north. So I want to go over here and then head to the south. Yeah, Canderous is just, I don't know where. Way off in the distance. I am dead. Huh? Zalbar! No!
Yeah?
Zalbar, I need you, or Canderous, I need you to not die here. I like how they're running away. Maybe if Canderous runs back and I get out of combat, my team will... Okay, my team's up.
Sure.
What?
I have no more med packs. This is all I get. And Zalbar goes down. Dang it, I went to go heal myself. Alright, Canderous, just run away. They'll back off. Oh yeah, he was taking his time to change. Hey, what's up, Chewie? Zap pops. Interesting emote. As you can see, struggling a lot. Canderous can't hit anything. Hey, he's almost dead. Anders is half dead. Come on, man, you can do it. Come on. Thank you. It's not like the enemy's right in your face or anything like that.
Yes?
I am completely out of, like, everything to heal myself with. To the Sandral grounds. I'm gonna need to heal myself. I wonder if I can swap out my party right now. Because Zalbar is weak, so if I can get Zalbar out of here and get somebody else in. Let's get my droid friend in here. So this is another, this looks like another, like, ranch, I guess.
This is private property. My fault.
Okay. Nothing over there. Is there anything else to be found around here? Any more Cath Hounds that want to jump out and attack me? Because that's really all that they really seem to want to do is just send more Cath Hounds at me. I could break into the estate, but that's probably not going to go well for me. I need to buy more med packs when I get back to the Enclave. Oh boy, more Cath Hounds. I'm so excited. Oh, that looks like an albino Cath Hound. I'm gonna run away. So what happens now? I think they're too close to the enemies, but if I like travel, I think I just get them back up. I think I need to return to the Enclave before I explore anymore, because I just have no more med packs. Let's gather my party before venturing forth. Oh no, it sounds like I'm just dead. I haven't saved in a hot minute either, so this is highly unfortunate. How many repair kits do I have? 15? What are the chances that my droid can take everybody out on his own? Do you like how he's just like skittering along here? Hey, if I stay right on the like edge here. Think I can teleport to the Ebon Hawk, even without having my party gathered? I must rejoin my party first. Yeah, we're in a situation here. Do your flamethrower. And then run. Oh my god, look at my health. Use a grenade. Can my droid even use grenades? Well, apparently he can. It's not doing that much damage, to be honest with you. Charging in to use my flamethrower. Oh, I killed something. I can get more grenades from Chewie, so... Not Chewie, but Zalbar. Ah, no. No! How much have I just lost? Is this... Have I lost everything since I solved the murder? I think I just did. It's highly unfortunate. Check the time on the autosave. 9:57. Oh yeah, never mind. You're right. You speak truth. Okay, now we're only here. Here's what we're gonna do. Gonna go straight back to the Ebon Hawk. And we're gonna ask Zalbar for more grenades. Okay, I guess... Okay, never mind. I need to go to the store and just buy a shitload of med packs, because apparently I can't do anything. I need crystals to upgrade my lightsaber. Okay, I can at least increase my sword a little bit. How about my armor? Okay, I increased the armor for somebody else. Wait. Cancel. Alright, I'm gonna go back in because I gotta get to that workbench. Oops. There we go. Let's see. Can I increase some other people's weapons, like Canderous' weapon? Karth's blaster. And Zalbar's bowcaster. Seems like a good idea. I'm also not using my blaster at the moment, so do I have anything? I have things equipped on all of it, so... I can increase Zalbar's bowcaster. And I guess Karth's blaster as well. So we'll take these two because their weapons are now upgraded. Can't choose how to upgrade. There's only one type of upgrade for a slot. Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Ready.
Oh, I took Karth. I meant to take Canderous, but okay, I guess we got Karth now.
Sure.
Mr. Tragic backstory himself. Alright, main reason I came here. Let's not forget about that. Wait, Lena. Isn't that Mission's, like, girl? The girl that Mission hates? Alright, let's get Mission in here for a second. Hey, look, it's Lena.
Mission, is that you? It's me, Lena, remember? I was dating your brother back on Terrace. Lena? What are you doing here? Where's Griff? I'm just passing through. Griff and I broke up a few months after we left Terrace together.
probably for the best. Your brother can be charming, Mission, but he's bad news.
Don't you start trashing my brother, you cantina rat. Take that back or I'll smack you so hard your head tails will pop off.
Mission, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting this way?
Took her brother away and left her all alone on Terrace.
You've got your facts a little backwards. Mission could have come with us if she wanted to. It was her choice to stay behind.
You liar! Griff told me that you didn't want his little sister tagging along. That's why he had to leave me behind.
Is that what the Hutt spawn told you? I wanted you to come with us, Mission. I even offered to pay for your ticket. Why not? I paid for everything else while I was with that freeloader. But he told me you didn't want to leave Terrace. I said we shouldn't even go then. But he said we'd come back and get you after we struck it rich on Dantooine. Just another one of his lies.
No, you're the one who's lying. Griff wouldn't... He wouldn't try to leave me behind.
Why should we believe you, Lena?
Think about it. If Griff wasn't trying to ditch you, Mission, then why didn't he tell you where we were going? After we left Terrace, he told me looking after you was holding him back. Griff's always looking to blame other people for his own problems. That's why he abandoned you. He did the same thing to me, too. As soon as I ran out of money, he started blaming me for all of his problems. Like it's my fault his get-rich-quick schemes never work out.
I would like to hear... Yeah, so where's Griff? Where's Griff now?
Still on Dantooine, as far as I know. Not that I really care anymore. And if Mission was smart, she'd forget about that no-good con artist.
But Griff is my brother. I just can't pretend he doesn't exist. If he was here to defend himself, Lena wouldn't be saying all this bad stuff about him.
Hey, if you want to talk to Griff, go ahead. Last I heard, he was going to make a fortune working the Zerka Corp mines on Dantooine. But as far as I'm concerned, he's out of my life forever.
Griff's better off without you anyway, you table-dancing, brother-stealing home wrecker.
I guess that's my cue to leave then. I didn't mean to upset you, Mission. But one day you'll see I'm right about your brother. I only hope it's not too late by then.
Does, I do want to talk to the brother now. Does Mission have dual wielding, or is she also, like, feats? Armor proficiency, caution, critical strike, gearhead, sniper shot, blaster pistol, sneak attack, scoundrel's luck, dueling. Focus on using single one-handed weapons in battle. So I should take away one of her blasters. And then yes, I could give, maybe I'll just give Mission her vibroblade because that is her weapon. I may as well be using that, shouldn't I?
What?
Seems like the sensible thing to do. Alright, anyway, before we get distracted again, buy so many. I'm gonna buy so many med packs. Welcome to my shop. Feel free to take a break from the trials of the Jedi. I hear about You've heard about the Kinrath Caves. Have my sources. I got a little proposal for you. Crawling with crystals, valuable crystals. Sure, the Jedi isn't making lightsabers, but that's not like they need them all. They have very handsomely framed crystals that happen to end up in eager hands. I doubt the Order would approve this. It's not like you have to tell them what you're doing.
He makes a good case. It's not like you'd be stealing or killing.
Doesn't seem like an honorable thing to do. It does also feel wrong. Right. Give me so many med packs. Okay, I just spent like most of my money on med packs. I have 20. I got 20 med packs. We're good. Her name is written all over the vibroblade. You're right. And now I'll have somebody else running up and shooting for me. Or somebody running up and getting in the their faces instead of just me alone. What is her armor, actually, now that I think about it? She's got a combat suit. Heavy combat suit? I guess it doesn't really matter. Zalbar can't wear any armor, can he? I can give him an energy shield, though. Why not? Oh, he can have an implant? Sure, why not? I'll give you an implant, Zalbar.
What?
Alright. We've got a lot more exploring to do of the area, don't we? We still have to find her missing droid. Dantooine. Pain. I'm in pain here. Dogs everywhere. Next time I go to the workbench, I should remember to upgrade her vibroblade. Alright, so these are the Matale grounds. There's nothing, I don't think there's anything of interest here for me. I'm just going to use this as a shortcut to get down to where I want to. So now we're in the Grove. And this is where I was when I died last time. Listen, if I'm doing anything remarkably stupid, you can tell me. You can tell me, Dan, you're being stupid. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, so now I gotta go kill that old albino guy again. Do my best. Let's see, if I go over here, can I lure, like, just this one? Yeah, there we go. Mission is taking some damage right now. Well, Zalbar, you really probably shouldn't have done that. And she's down. We're gonna run back for a second and we're gonna chuck a grenade. There we go. I am in some danger here. I am in serious danger. Wow, your aim is impeccable, Chewie. Not Chewie, Zalbar. I keep calling him Chewie. God, I'm a disgrace. For now, I'm doing great, he says right before I die. That albino one's a real piece of work. Let's get, I think Canderous is probably one of my better ones. Did I not get Canderous? Did I not save? There we go. I'll save before I try the albino dude again, so that I don't have to go through this run next time that I die. Let's see, anything going on? Nothing that I'm seeing. At least I'm learning a little bit about how the game works. A little late, but I'm picking it up now. I'm only, what, 4 streams in? Alright, so I'm gonna save probably when I get to the bridge. See if I can figure out how to kill this albino guy without, like, losing my mind. Alright, let's try our best. Okay, so if I come over here, can I lure this horned one by itself? Looks like I can. Okay. And it looks like we have aggroed them all. I want to get everybody except for the albino. The albino one's dangerous. At least if I can distract the albino one, well, they take care of those other two. I'll just run around in circles here while they take pot shots. Come on, guys. Your accuracy could use a little work. Okay, one of them's dead. How about the one that's right in front of you? Nice. And I can level up. Listen, this is... If it looks stupid, but it's working. And it isn't stupid. This is what I like to call a pro gamer move. Ah, I got hit. And there's only the albino one left, and he's almost dead. Let's see if I can stun him. I could not stun him. Kill him. Yeah! So what's the recommended skill? Awareness? They really want me to get my awareness up now. I guess that's fine. Powers. What's the recommended one? Stasis? I don't know. The stun hasn't been very helpful to me. Wound is a dark side, slow, fear, shock, force push. Drain life is a dark side, force suppression. Can I give me something that'll protect me? Force aura. +2 bonus to defense and all saving throws. Or cure. Heals all party members. That's also useful. Force valor. Increases the physical attributes and saving throws. First time we got to the final fight, did this in grenades. Aura is restricted by armor. Oh, what does that mean, restricted by armor? Means I can't do it if I have armor on? Because if so, I'm not going to get that. Oh, well, that's lame. I'm not gonna go for that. I think I'll go with Cure.
Yes?
I think Cure is probably the most useful one. I have Jedi cloaks that aren't considered armor. So this albino guy was not guarding anything. He was just there. Okay. I wonder if if there's a mission somewhere to take it out. And then I can be like, yep, I already did that. Alright, what else is there to find here? What's going on over here? Mandalorians. Can I save? Alright, let's go take care of these Mandalorians. I'm gonna take out this guy that's just kind of like smacking my back. Nothing fine. How canderous, man. It looks like really fun. Okay. Repair kit. Med pack, metal case with a repair kit, footlocker with credits and some mines, metal box with a repair kit and med pack, adrenaline amplifier, stabilizer gauntlets. I already checked this, didn't I? Yeah. Alright, I think that's all I had to check here. So I guess we'll keep heading on forward. Oh boy. I need to save more frequently. Sell the mines? Okay. Cure isn't healing me very much. My health is very low.
This is what I live for.
This is what you live for, Canderous? Just shooting these dogs. There we go. Oh, there's more. We're just gonna immediately aggro, okay. Is that a cave over there? Oh, there's a guy. There's a droid. Oh, it's the missing droid. I gotta save it. Oh, it's still alive. At least I'm assuming this is the missing droid. His voice is very quiet over the over the music. Personal assistance droid.
As I said, I am C842, a personal assistance droid. Although in recent months the assistance I render seems to have taken on a disproportionate significance.
Are you Elise's droid?
Did she send you to find me? Please do not tell her you saw me.
You're running from her.
Yes, but I have my reasons. I'm afraid my owner became a bit too attached to me. Obsessed, even.
I could tell.
She tried to treat me as her dead husband. It was not healthy for her.
All the time. But she wants you back.
She is obsessed. She rarely sees other people and appears to be fixated on me as her husband. She was becoming more and more insular. I thought it best that I leave. She may meet other real people this way. In fact, that was the reason I came here and sought out those cat hounds.
You sought them out.
I think it would be best if I were no longer a factor. She would meet new people, living people. Please, will you destroy me?
Oh my god. You should go back to her.
But why?
She is lonely and she needs your support.
You're right. How could I be so selfish?
Hello there.
I must not think only of
General
myself, but of her. She must be frantic. And if she
Hey,
lost me,
what's up,
she'd be
gameplay boy?
devastated.
How
I
you
must
doing, my
return
dude?
then. It is my duty.
I appreciate the lurk. Bye, droid friend. Have fun being a slave. Is there anything over here before we head into the creepy cave of death? Nope. Excuse me, Zalbart. God. Alright, so he's going off. I'm guessing that's to the, back to the grove. Alright, Crystal Cave. I mean, I really do want some crystals for my lightsaber, so we're going in. Okay, I'm not the only one that can't see shit, right? My brightness is at max. I can't see a thing in here. Just that there's Kinraths somewhere. I can't see a thing. I guess I'll be relying pretty heavily on the HUD. How bad are Kinraths? Alright. I'll be relying kind of heavily on the mini-map to understand what's going on in here right now. This place is dark. I should turn down my sound. I feel like I'm shouting. Here comes some more Did that hurt him? I'm gonna pretend it did. I don't have enough force points to cure. Oh, I'm dead. Might be the ambient brightness from my room.
What?
I mean, I can usually still see. I think my mic is a bit quiet. Can you hear me? Did I get quieter when I turned down the volume of my game?
This is what I do.
Hey, you can hear me? Okay. Kinrath eggs. Probably should destroy them, shouldn't I? I got a lot of experience for killing that one. I've acquired a lightsaber crystal. I could use that. A crystal is found in the remains of the egg. That's weird. Thought it did get quiet. I mean, here, I can do this. Can you hear me at all now? I just completely muted my microphone. Can you hear me the same? Yeah, okay. I think you may be imagining things. I'm getting a lot of crystals. I was expecting to get a couple of crystals here, but no, I've gotten like already like 8. Ash. Can I destroy these other eggs? No, those other eggs are just fine. They're ambient. They don't actually do anything. No, I can hit this egg here. Hiya. There are a lot of types of crystals. Alright, let's see what else is there. There's some remains here. Response package, Dursteel bonding alloy. Alright, is there more to search here? I mean, there are more eggs here, but I don't think I can break them. Oh, is that's all that's in this cave? I thought there was going to be more to the cave. Is there more than one set of remains? No? So why are you still on here? Okay. I think I've got everything that's in here, so we can leave. I think. Yeah. Alright, we're out. Also upgrade your lightsaber with lenses and other stuff like that. I mean, it's every Star Wars nerd's dream to create their own lightsaber, ain't it? Have you tried hitting him? Oh my god. Alright. Let's head this way. This takes me back to the grove.
What?
It looks like the enemies respawn on these fields, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, so heading up here, I don't think there's anything else. I can get to the next, like, state. Is it 5:30? I got another half hour. Let's keep going. It looks like they are respawning, but not like all of them. It's just like now they're in groups of one. I'm trying to use the number keys. See if I can get better at doing that. So this is going to take us back up to like where the Enclave is. The Enclave is over there. There's still one path that I didn't search. It was off to the right here. The ancient ruins that we saw. This might be where that Star Forge was that Malik and Revan were going to explore. So let's go see what's over here. Strange ruins. Heavy stone door is sealed. The door is too thick to be cut through with a lightsaber. Well, can't go in there then. Boop, 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 boop. More, more, more. So we gotta head back to the Enclave. Let's see what's the fate of the droid. I should chastise her and tell her to stop being addicted to banging her husband's robot. We all know that's what's happening. There's no pretending.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I don't know what I would have done if I had lost him. It was just so great to have. We're just gonna go right home, right now, and celebrate. Aren't we, my little? Don't worry. I'm gonna hug you and oil you and care for you and make sure you never, ever get away again.
This poor droid. I can't even chastise her. Something tells me I didn't quite do the right thing. She's learned nothing. Oh well, sucks to suck, I guess.
Have you found the Mandalorian raid?
I killed some of them on the plains.
Good. Good. But now that you've killed some of them, they won't stop until you've defeated their leader. You must find him and kill him. Thank you, young.
I don't know where their leader is. Mandalorian raiders. You've encountered some of the raiders plaguing Dantooine and slain them. Not seem as organized as powerful as you have been led to believe. Perhaps you have not yet met their most powerful members. Okay, but where are their most powerful members?
How may I be of... Fair.
Is there something that I missed out on the plains? Was there a pack of raiders somewhere that I didn't get to see? Oh, there's Juhani.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome within the Jedi Order.
Have you spoken to the Council?
I have spoken to the Council, and they have helped me see the truth. The truth about myself, and the truth of my actions. Quatra's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm a master such as she with my clumsy efforts. The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. Quatra wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how easy it was to fall from the path of light.
So where's Quatra now?
After our last battle, Quatra had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit.
So they just tricked her into thinking, wow, it's kind of fucked.
Back to the light. When I left, Quatra knew her work with me was done. There are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial. With your help, I have passed this difficult trial. The Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training, though they have asked me to wait here for the time being.
Giving you a second chance like this is a clear sign of weakness. Sometimes I find it hard to believe the Jedi could defeat my people in battle.
All right,
I do not know what the Council has in store for me, but I will trust in the Force and the way of the Jedi to help me through whatever is to come. I do not know what the Council has.
Well, I'm glad that things worked out for Johnny. It's kind of a messed up test, though. Alright. What's up, bro?
You have done well, my pupil. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the dark path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training and injured her greatly. But it was Quatra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our order.
Cool. Where are you going? I was trying to talk to you, but okay. Can I use these crystals that I got to beef up my lightsaber? I have 2... Okay. Crystal Robot. Upgrade item lightsaber. Increases the attack and the damage. Using lightsaber construction... Produces a clearly defined blade that a Jedi can easily focus on. On hit properties, stun, DC 10, 25% for 2 rounds, special. This crystal was mined on Farab asteroid circling the Alderaan system. It produces a volatile lightsaber beam that pulses on impact, discharging part. Okay, I like that. Do I have other colors? Oh yeah, I do. Red crystals. I like blue. Red is just evil. Green. I think I'm gonna go with blue for now. Because there's no functional difference. This is just aesthetics. Power crystal. Another robot. Okay. Works for me. Cool. No more stupid yellow. I do not like the yellow. The woman in the background being really angry because she can't walk past you. She's always angry. Alright, Council.
If you have questions, you should...
Greetings, young Padawan. Have you come seeking knowledge? As chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I find your quest... You should ponder the history. Your confident... Revan's... May the...
Okay, so what do I do now?
I have nothing left to teach you, Padawan, though a Jedi is ever learning. Even the Masters know their training is but in its infancy. Now is the time for you to seek wisdom outside the training chambers. The lessons that yet await you are to be found beyond the walls of this academy. You should speak to the Council, Padawan.
I just tried
now
to.
that the first stage of your training is complete, I am certain they would be eager to have you aid us in our struggle against Darth Malak and the Sith.
Okay.
I must congratulate you on your actions. You have saved Juhani and brought her back into the Order, and have given us all great hope for your future success. May the Force be with you as you continue your training.
It is good to see Juhani has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Your actions give us great hope for the future. Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now, it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantooine. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for.
What happened to the Jedi?
We do not know. That is one of the things you must investigate. We fear the worst. Is there anything else you want to know?
Why
Master
doesn't he like me?
The way...
I already know this. Okay, who am I taking? I guess I'm taking Bastila. And who haven't I had in a while? I guess Karth.
I demand justice! The Sandral family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof. And we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Sandrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Sandral-Matale we will look into a son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter.
Is there anything else I should know?
These two families have been settled here for some years now.
And causing me no end of trouble.
Indeed. They have been settled here for some time, and feuding ever since.
Cause a feud.
I do not know how the original feud started, but they want nothing to do with each other. As you may have heard, Sandral-Matale believes that his son, Shen, has been kidnapped by Nurik Sandral.
Curiously, Nurik's son Cassius has been missing for some time as well. I fear Nurik may suspect Alon in this.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
2 kids missing. Which families
The
are involved?
Sandral and Matale. The Sandrals live far to the south. The head of that family is Nurik Sandral. He is a stern man, but I believe him fair. Under the present circumstances, though, who knows? Sandral-Matale can be much more unstable. He is convinced of his own importance and can be a most oppressive individual at times. He lives closer to the Enclave, but still to the south. Is there anything else you wish to know?
I already know where they are settled. I shall investigate this
If
immediately.
Sandral-Matale is not returned to his father, it may ignite a savage and bloody feud between the Matale and Sandral estates. We must not allow that to happen.
Your study and training are important, of course. But the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our academies.
It is in the real world
He
that
just
we
jumped,
truly
okay.
prove ourselves worthy of the title Jedi. You would do well to remember this, young Padawan.
Not to mention that I wouldn't mind getting out of this Enclave for a bit. I mean, come on. How bad could it be?
Alright, so now I've got... Believes that the rival of the Sandral family has kidnapped his son. Decreed that you may investigate the disappearance so long as it does not detract from my main quest. And I could have to investigate the ruins. Alright.
Ready.
I did do a little bit of reading, and I know where the Mandalorian leader is, so we're going to go do that too.
Sure.
Alright, first we're going to transit back. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that you could do that. That's pretty cool.
This is private property.
I come on behalf of the Jedi Council.
If you are here because of Sandral-Matale's disappearance, you are wasting your time. The Sandrals are not involved. This is nothing but a Matale witch hunt.
I am not in league with the Matales, but I must speak to Nurik.
You had left orders he was not to be disturbed, but given the circumstances, I will make it...
Okay, cool. Oh, I think I just saved over the wrong slot, but that's fine.
I have been informed by my protocol droid that you wish to speak to me.
I'm here on behalf of the Jedi Council. I'm investigating the disappearance of Sandral-Matale.
I brought my family here to find peace and safety, not to be harassed and treated like common criminals. Your council has no authority here, and I respectfully ask you to leave this property at once.
Jedi are renowned for their fairness and pursuit of justice. There is nothing to fear from us, unless you have something to hide.
That's quite a line. You actually believe that? Don't you think someone is allowed to value privacy?
Privacy is all well and good, but justice must be valued higher. Is it not obvious to you that this man hides something?
Actually, it is. All I'm saying is that not everyone welcomes the sight of a Jedi with open arms. Better get used to it.
I trust you will show yourself out. If not, my security droids will be sure to deal with you.
Well.
You are here from the council, are you not? Looking for Sandral-Matale?
Who are you?
My name is Rahasia. Nurik is my father. He has not been himself since Cassis disappeared. He is mad with grief, and he is convinced the Matales are responsible. He's not thinking rationally.
What does this have anything to do with happening to Shen?
My father is a good man. When my mother died, he raised me and my brother by himself. He loves his children, and we love him. I just don't want you to judge him too harshly.
Karth, just because you don't want to talk about your problems doesn't mean that everyone doesn't want to talk about your problems. What has your father done? I'm guessing he took Shen.
You must understand that father has been under a terrible strain. I have no wish to disobey him, but there are matters where even my father's authority is not absolute.
Please just tell me what happened.
My father has kidnapped Sandral-Matale. He is holding him prisoner here in the compound. He feels this is a way to get back at the Matales, a way to get even for the disappearance of my brother Cassis.
I see. Well, there is the answer we seek. The Jedi Council should be informed of this at once.
You don't think that perhaps there's more to look at here, do you? That maybe everything isn't what it appears?
Of course not. It seems very simple to me. The Council must be allowed to decide the next step.
No. Since Cassis went missing, my father has become unstable. He might hurt him if you do that. He no longer even cares if the Matales are responsible for what happened to Cassis. I am afraid my father will simply kill Shen out of a mad, misguided lust for vengeance.
Why are you telling me all this?
Shen is an innocent victim in all this. My father is not a bad man, but his grief has driven him to madness. He must be stopped. Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. Take this key. It will open an unguarded door at the rear of the estate. You and Shen can make your escape through there. There are many security droids guarding the halls. Please hurry. You are Shen's only hope.
Okay. What's the problem between your
Matale
families?
and my father have had problems ever since they settled on this world. To hear my father tell it, Alan is a brute and a bully, but a rich one. He feels his credits give him the right to step all over normal people. My father stands up to Alan because no one else will. But now he thinks Alan has taken my brother Cassis and has imprisoned Shen as revenge. Please find Shen and free...
Okay.
Please, find Shen. There are many... Shen and I, we have been taught by our families to hate each other, just for being related to our fathers. But I met Shen alone one day in the city, away from his father. And Shen was so charming, so sweet. He didn't care at all that I was a Sandral. He just accepted me for who I was, with no reservations. We talked and met again over months and fell in love. My brother Cassis met him too, and they were beginning to become friends. But then this whole mess had to happen. Please find Shen and free him. You are my only hope.
Is. Alright, so we gotta go to the back of the estate. I also want to search the Matale estate to see if we can figure out what happened to Cassis. Is this the door? Or she said the rear, but that's the side. But nope, I guess that's it. And we're under attack already. Well, that was easy.
What can I do?
Does anybody here have a mind disarming ability? No. Okay. I'm guessing I can't swap out my party, can I? No. Alright, whatever.
You cannot win. There.
Cool. Your security droids are weak. Your moves are weak, bro. Rear side. She's a little confused, but she's got the spirit. go. Can I slice into this computer? I'm guessing
I'm here.
Karth is better with computers than I am. Guess not very much. Sure, why not? Why not, though? I have spikes. View the north hallway. South hallway. Security computer room. Central security room. Overload computer power conduit. Nice. Repair room. Yeah, sure, why not? Storage room. Oh well. I don't have any more spikes, so.
Sure.
But I should get more spikes from my droid friend, right? Time to just loot. Take that. Security control room. Nice. Is it possible for me to get a second lightsaber so I can dual wield lightsabers, or am I always gonna have my vibroblade as my second? Yeah, my lightsaber's not better at cutting stuff. This is just it's a frag. Okay, well that works. What's in here? Oh, hey Shen. We'll deal with you in a second. Non-family members are not permitted entrance. Okay, but if you can have the kind of security on that door, but not on the cell, could you... Okay. We're not going to ask any more questions, apparently. Alright, let me get back to here and finish exploring everything. Empty bedroom. What's in here? A prison key? We don't need that. I've got the power of lightsaber. Where we're going, we don't need keys. Fight other Dark Jedi and I can get several lightsabers. Nice. General Grievous and get the collection. You know I would start hoarding them. Alright, Shen.
Who are you? What do you want with... Rescue me? No, I won't leave. It's not my own safety I'm concerned about. I'm worried about the fate of Nurik's daughter, Rahasia. She's been trying to convince her father to release me ever since I was captured. If I escape, Nurik will think Rahasia is to blame. Nurik is insane with grief over the loss of his son, Cassus. If I leave with you, it is Rahasia who will suffer. I cannot allow that.
What if we take Rahasia with us?
If you can convince Rahasia to escape with us, I will accompany you. Though I do not know if she'd be willing to turn her... Who could imagine a Sandral doing such a thing for the sake of a Matale? I would rather face my own death than have her face her father's...
Why do your
My
family
father
hate each
thinks
other?
the Sandrals are thieves and liars who followed him here to Dantooine just to steal what he's earned for himself. My father is an egotist and can be violent at times, but I think he still cares for me. Rahasia's father seems to be falling into the same pattern as mine. They're both too unreasonable to be talked to about the other. I think the only hope Rahasia and I will ever have is if we can escape both of them. Please, find Rahasia and speak to her. Get her to flee this place with me.
I'll go and talk with her. I'm doing good. Watched the Xbox E3 and then I've been streaming. I'm near at the end of my stream though. I want to finish up what I'm in the middle of right here and then I'm probably gonna have to dip. How are you doing though? Hope your weekend's going well. I'm sad that it's already Sunday, though. I wish it would be a little bit longer. Smack. Nice. Alright, is this a frag grenade? No, it's a flash mine. Well, that's not gonna bother me that much. It's gonna make me blind. Hi. Dying in the heat. Lurking while you contemplate how much you hate work. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, how hot is it? I moved to a new apartment at the beginning of the year, and this one has central air, and I'm, like, spoiled now. It's fantastic. It's amazing. I used to just have one AC unit in one window, and it would blast right on you on the couch, so you'd just be freezing on the couch and then hot everywhere else in the apartment. Alright, Rahasia.
What are you doing here?
Trying to rescue, but he won't leave without you. Or come with...
Shen can be so stubborn sometimes. If one of the security droid... But I know Shen would rather die than leave me here alone to face the wrath of my father. Tell Shen I...
Alright. Now I've got to run to Shen. Honestly, begging your parents to get an AC in the house. AC is fantastic when it works. Although, my girlfriend and I have gotten a little too used to the heat. To the point where when it's 72, we're too cold.
You're back. Have you... I pray she is not just telling me what I want to hear, but I will have to take that chance. Hurry then, we must not keep Rahasia...
Shen, you're safe.
Rahasia! Oh, thank goodness you managed to escape.
It was all thanks to this kind Jedi that we managed to get this far at all. I thank you, Jedi, for all that you have done for us.
Hearth is just right in the way. We should get out of here quickly.
You're right. We should go as fast as we can. I don't know how long it will be before my father realizes we're gone.
You're right. We should.
And here's the father. No, that's... Nurik. Or no. Oh no, now everybody's here. Okay.
There you are, Shen.
Father! Mr. Matale.
Rahasia!
Father!
Mr. Sandral!
Donkey! Alan! I knew this was all your doing. I knew you had captured my son. You had taken my Cassus from me long before that. You started it. I don't want to hear any of your excuses. Now I will get revenge for your transgressions.
Why don't you just shoot each other and get it over with? Alright. Don't make me intervene in this.
We never asked for your help, Jedi. Do not press in matters that do not concern you.
You did ask me for help.
This is an internal affair for
you explicitly asked the Jedi for help.
And is none of your concern. You should not interfere with our private business, Jedi. This will be resolved very shortly.
Your children should be allowed to live their own lives.
My son doesn't know his head from his backside. I am the only one qualified to be making his decisions for him, and I say that he leave with me right now.
No, I won't. I can choose my own path.
Shen, how dare you?
I am tired of you controlling my life. I love Rahasia, and I want to be with her forever.
And I want to stay with Shen forever, Father.
You two should stay together no matter what.
Don't disobey me, Shen. Come to me now and leave her. If you don't, I'll disown you.
I don't care. Rahasia and I will live on our own if you won't accept us.
You will do no such thing. I am your father, and I order you to come back with me.
No, Father, I won't.
Rahasia, you will not leave with this Matale boy.
I am, Father, and you can't stop me. We're leaving for the Enclave.
You foolish girl.
Let them go.
You expect us to just let them leave? Droids, stop them! You will not turn your droids on my daughter. Droids, don't let them take Rahasia. We appear to be at an impasse then. And they got away. It is your fault, darling. You were always too violent for your own good. Me? You were the one who rushed out here with war droids.
Just tell him to shut up.
Do not tell me what to do, Jedi. The Council will hear of the trouble you caused here today. Indeed they shall.
I'm gonna go speak to my manager. Alright. Well, let's see what my journal says now. Nothing. It says nothing now. Okay. So we'll save the game. Save. Good. I highly doubt you'll be done before I'm finishing, because I'm finishing up right now. But I've been enjoying the warm weather. The pool's open. I've already gone to the beach once. It's been fantastic. Yeah, catching the raid. Alright, let's see who is currently streaming. Boop. Alright, who is live? That's the real question. Vela is playing Phasmophobia. Casey's playing Knockout City. Bacon is watching some more E3. Nightwing is playing Dark Pictures Anthology. I think we'll go visit. I do owe Bacon. We're gonna go raid Bacon. It was between Bacon and Nightwing. We'll go raid Bacon. Because Bacon is always there for me. There we go. So, thank you to... Oh god, that's loud. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you for joining me. I will be streaming again on Tuesday with some more Star Wars. So I hope to see you all then. But yeah, that's it for me today. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.